When you're trying to keep a home bar, a small catering gig, or even just a busy family kitchen stocked with fresh cubes, the temptation to grab the cheapest countertop ice maker you can find is strong. I've seen a lot of people bring home a budget model, only to end up with half-melted, oddly shaped chunks that turn drinks into slush, or a unit that gives up after a few weeks of heavy use. The regret shows up in the next grocery run, when you're forced to buy bagged ice again. So the question is, does the Scotsman MC0530SA Prodigy Elite feel like a smarter buy? Or is it just another pricey gadget that looks good on paper? Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, this isn't a kitchen gizmo you set and forget. It's a 30-inch, air-cooled, small cube machine that can pump out up to 525 pounds of ice per day. That's a lot of ice, and it's the sort of capacity you'd expect in a small restaurant, not a typical countertop appliance. The pro in the name isn't just marketing fluff. Scotsman has layered in a few tech upgrades that you normally only see on commercial units. The biggest game changer for me is the IceLink mobile app. It syncs with the machine over Wi-Fi and gives you real-time diagnostics, so you can see exactly what the unit is doing, get alerts if something's amiss, and even walk through a cleaning cycle from your phone. In practice, that means you no longer have to guess whether a sensor is dirty or the water line needs a flush. The app tells you, and it even walks you through the steps. If you're the type who runs a bar at home or you cater a weekly brunch, the constant need for reliable ice is a real pain point. I've tried a couple of cheaper countertop models that promise fast ice but end up needing a full hour to produce a single batch, and they often stall after a few cycles. With the Prodigy Elite, the first batch of small cubes is ready in about 6 minutes, and the machine can keep churning as long as you have water and power. The upgraded ice thickness sensor means the cubes come out uniformly dense, which is the difference between ice that melts in seconds and ice that stays solid long enough to chill a cocktail without watering it down. In a real-world test, I filled a pitcher of lemonade, added a handful of Prodigy cubes, and watched the drink stay icy for nearly an hour, whereas a budget unit's cubes started to turn to slush after 15 minutes. Now, who should actually consider spending the extra $2,000 plus on this thing? If you're running a food service operation, a small bar, or you host regular events where you need a steady stream of reliable ice, the answer is almost certainly yes. The preservation mode is built for exactly that scenario. It monitors the internal temperature and alerts you before the machine overheats or when a component is wearing out. For a boutique coffee shop that offers cold brew on tap, the ability to keep a constant supply of solid cubes without constantly swapping bags is worth the investment. Even for a serious home entertainer who likes to keep a fridge stocked with ice for the weekend, the convenience of the app and the durability of the sensor design can save a lot of time and hassle. On the flip side, if you're just looking for an occasional ice maker for a family of 4, you might be overpaying. The unit's footprint is larger than most countertop models. It needs a dedicated space near a power outlet and a bit of clearance for the air-cooled condenser. You'll also need a waterline connection or a reliable source for the reservoir, which can be a bit of a chore in a cramped kitchen. And while the app is handy, it does add a layer of complexity. You'll need a stable Wi-Fi connection and a smartphone you're comfortable fiddling with. If you're happy with a cheap 5 pounds model that makes ice once a day for your soda streams, you'll probably find the Prodigy's features more than you need. Let's talk about practical strengths. The real-time diagnostics via IceLink mean you can catch a clogged water filter before it shuts the whole unit down. I've seen the app flag a sensor error, and the troubleshooting guide walked me through a quick rinse that solved the problem in under 10 minutes. The upgraded water sensor also reduces the risk of wet ice, a common complaint where excess water clings to the cubes and makes them soggy. The preservation mode isn't just a buzzword. It actually reduces wear on the compressor by throttling the cooling cycle when the ambient temperature is low, extending the machine's life. For anyone who's ever had a cheap ice maker stop working after a few months, that's a reassuring safety net. Weaknesses are worth noting, too. Because it's air-cooled, the machine can be a bit noisy, a low hum that ramps up when the compressor kicks.